and my swag here. Hey, what's up guys, here, and today welcome to another video on my channel, and today we have got 10 things you didn't know about FIFA 18. It's the things that you probably may not have heard of, and that you may not have even realised is even in the game. And I just feel like doing a video about the brand new things that's in the game this year that, yeah, you may not know. I think that's a point to the title. So yeah, let's get into it. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to smash the like button, lads. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We're currently on a race of 100 followers to subscribers. So if you guys are new here, subscribe. It would mean the absolute world, lads. And you guys will help me so much into getting that 100 followers to subscriber plaque. So thank you guys so much. And let's get straight into the video. So 10 things you didn't know about FIFA 18. If you guys can think of any other things, let me know down below also in the comments. And with that said, let's get into the top 10. So number 1, we have got FIFA 18 World Cup mode. This is most likely going to be happening in FIFA 18. If you guys missed out on FIFA 14, there was a mode that it was incredible, that you basically could only get players into your club from opening packs. The packs were 5k, you get a bunch of players and consumables, and it was an incredible mode, and I beg to EA that they bring it back. It was absolutely insane, and that is another reason why I feel like FIFA 14 was by far my favourite FIFA, because they did something that you never expected it to do. Another reason why I thought FIFA 12 was amazing, because they didn't do it for the World Cup, of course, because it didn't happen then, but they did it for Euros, that they did a brand new mode that you leveled up and ranked up from nothing, and you went through Europe, and it was incredible. And I'm hoping that this year they do something similar to that. They do something new, and they do something that's going to bring more people into FIFA and just make the World Cup a lot more exciting. So FIFA 18 World Cup mode, there's already some card designs on FIFA right now. There's already been a promotion for the Path to Glory about the World Cup, but I'm hoping, I swear to God, EA, don't make it just be that. Bring us something new, a brand new mode, because you've done it before in the past. Why can't you do it? It's 2018, for God's sake, EA. So, FIFA 18 World Cup mode, this is most likely happening in FIFA 18 this year. Yes. Next up, we got a skill move that is very, very exclusive to some certain players. You may not have ever heard of this skill move unless you're on Twitter and you may see it around, but chances are you've probably never heard of this thing ever, because no one really knows about it. You can only do the skill move with 6 players in the entire game. I think at the start of the game it was only 4 players, and those players are Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, Griezmann, Dele Alli, Roberto Carlos, Yannick Bolasie, and for some reason, I don't really know why, just EA just thought, fuck it, Umtiti. Yeah, the centre back Umtiti, Samuel Umtiti. Umtiti is apparently one of the players that can do the El Tornado. Now, of course, you can see on the screen right now, it's a skill move that you can flick up the ball and shoot up on the volley, and if you do it correctly, then it can look really nice. It can be a really good goal. Shame that not many people even know about it, because you can only do it with 6 different players, and one of them's Ronaldo, and one of them's Roberto Carlos. No one's really going to have those players. But Bolasie and Griezmann, Dele Alli, they're more likely of you getting them. So, how to do the skill move? You simply press the LB button, or I believe for PS4, is that L1? It'd be L1, won't it? Yeah. And you basically on your RS, on analog stick, go upwards and then sideways to whichever direction you want to flip the ball up to, and that's how to perform the skill move. If you guys do want to find out how to do it, just look up a tutorial on YouTube if you guys do actually want to try the skill move. So, that's number 2, a skill move that I've never seen anyone actually do to me in FIFA. I don't even know how effective it is, but that's because no one really knows about it. So, number 3, the worst rated card in FIFA 18 goes by a lad, a very unfortunate lad. I can imagine he gets rinsed at his club by his teammates. And his name goes by the name of Matt Wright from Grimsby. Now, I think that he was also the worst player in FIFA last year as well. And the worst part is that you guys may not also know is that there's a kitman in the game. That a kitman is actually in the game, and the reason why he's in there is because I believe their club needed 4 academy players and he only had 3, so they thought just put in the kitman because he used to play for the club academy level. And for some reason, I don't know how, but he's got a higher rating than this guy, which is an actual footballer. Quite embarrassing that. So this guy has by far the worst stats in the game. He has some alright acceleration, but other than that, he's absolutely piss poor. So I feel like going into career mode and like just boosting this guy up by 1 level, just so that he doesn't feel the worst. You know, he's just so that he's not the worst player in the game. Because I feel quite bad for the lad. And while we're on the topic of players, let's get into the youngest player in FIFA 18. Now, people don't really know who is the youngest player. People think it's a lot of different players, but from some research, I'm 99.99% confident that the youngest player on FIFA 18 is Manchester United's Angel Gomez. This guy is 2 years younger than me. I'm 19 years old. This guy's in FIFA, and he's sick as well. And this makes me quite depressed. I remember when I was like 12, 13, thinking, oh, well, you know I'm spending my life doing, you know, making YouTube videos and wanking, but, you know, these guys are on FIFA, footballers, and I'm here doing jack shit. Well, now I'm actually getting quite sad because I'm now in a position right now that I'm playing with players in the game that's actually younger than me. That sounds really weird. So yeah, Angel Gomez, 17 years old, born on the 31st of August, 2000. 2000. When I think of someone that's born in the 2000s, I still think they're like 10. Like, this is from me because I'm born in 1998. When I think of someone born in 2000, usually they're like 10 years old. Not fucking 17. That's really scary. So, shit. So next up in this top 10, I don't even know why I'm calling it a top 10 because technically we're not ranking anything. Like, it's just 10 things you didn't know about FIFA 18. But actually, I think that is the title. I don't know what I'm saying now. So into our 10 things that you didn't know about FIFA 18. The team of the kit that you choose in Ultimate Team, you have that kit in the stands. People seem to be confused with that. It's, you know, it's the badge, so it's just random. It's just like, it's just the stadium of the team it is. It's basically all done on whatever kit you choose. So if I choose a Burnley away kit, the stadium's going to be full of a bunch of Burnley home kits. If you choose Manchester United's home kit, of course it's going to be Manchester United home kit. If you choose a national team of like England or Brazil, it's going to be for that stadium of their home kit, not the away kit. Now there's also flags in the stadium that has also, it also determines by which kit it is. But of course there is going to be, if it's a national team especially, if it's a national team, I think it's just any team that you have as the actual badge, there'll be flags on the stadium on the bottom of it. I'm showing a sample right now that you can see my kit is the Burnley away kit, which you can see a ton of Burnley home shirts in the stand. But I do have an England national badge as my actual badge on my Ultimate Team, so you can see a lot of England flags around the stadium, but not the ones that are being waved in the stands. It's on the outskirts, it's on like the billboards and everything like that. So that's how it kind of works with FIFA. And with that said, whilst I'm also on the topic of badges, this is my next thing in this top 10, is if you have a national team as your badge in FIFA, if you go onto the corner flags, it will be that flag. So let's say, for the sample I'm showing right now, my badge was England. I went up to corner flag, went onto instant replay, and you can find that the badge is actually onto the corner flag. The flag of the country is onto the corner flag. I find that really amazing because I actually never knew that was actually a thing. I've only just found out while making this video thinking, holy shit, that's actually a thing. I had to go check it for myself. So that's actually a thing that whatever, if you have Brazil or China or Norway or whatever it is, if you have that as your badge on your Ultimate Team, that will be onto your corner flag. So I had no idea that was even a thing, so the more you know. It's a shame that Nigeria isn't in the game because I used to love playing with Nigeria back in PES, like back in 2007. I don't know why I just said that, but I always like playing with Nigeria. I just like the colour. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if you guys have a team that you used to play back when you were younger, when you were 5, 6, 7 years old, like a national team or a team that you just played with just for no reason, like you just like the colour of their kit somewhere. Let me know if you guys did have a team like that, because for me, it was Nigeria because I just love the colour of the kit. So you were bright green and I just love the flag. Moving on. Next up into the 10 things, we have got FIFA 18 VR. Yes, you can actually put on a thing on your face which you can look around this pitch, and not as if you're on the pitch, but as if you just look at your screen, but it's VR, so it's more, I guess if you're a bit more immersed. For me it'd be a bit more confusing. Now by VR I don't mean that, you know, it's like connected all over your body and that to slide tackle someone, you know, like 2-footing them in the face. I think in 5 years time there could potentially be a VR system, like a very rare one, like not one that you could just buy, but there could be something at an event that you could actually stand on something. I don't know how, I don't know what I'm doing this or where I'm going with this, but imagine you could stand on some like pad and that you have some like those dot things around you. Imagine if there's a way that you can act like you're on the pitch. You have some massive pad and that it tracks your run, track your movements, all the things on you. Do you think that could be possible in about 5 years time? This is FIFA 18 VR, that you can hold a thing in your face and that you can see the screen in front of you, and that I think that they can use this to potentially, you can play FIFA like you're playing it on your screen, but there could be some new animations and new cutscenes that, let's say that you started the game and that you could be in the eyes of the player. We've seen that in many trailers, that you can see as if you're in the, you know, the tunnel walking out onto the pitch. Why can't we actually have that? If it's something that's on FIFA 18 VR, you can connect up to your PS4, because I know they have a very good VR system. That could be a thing that could be used in the next FIFAs. Now right now it's just FIFA 18 VR that you can just put onto your face. This is the thing that could be happening a lot more in the future. Next into the 10 things, I'm not even sure where we're at now. I think we're on 7, I believe, and that is going to be the player authenticity. That means that if you play as Ronaldo, you will run like Ronaldo. If you play as Griezmann, you'll play like Griezmann. If you dribble with Dele Alli, you'll dribble like you dribble with Dele Alli. What I mean by that is that there's some new little things in the game that the players do things that you don't even tell them to do. Have you ever played with a player, right, that you running down the wings and a player slide tackles into you and then just out of nowhere they just do some mad ass jump? You don't tell them to do it, but you can only tell with players that are kind of specialised to the game, like, you know, the Mullers, Griezmanns, Dele Allis, like the Ronaldos, like the Mbappes, because they've been able to, you know, actually have their movement tracked by EA and how they do things and how they dribble tracked by EA, and they do things without you even telling them. Of course, Ronaldo will not move the same way as Di Marni, even though that's bullshit. Next up, into our 10 things that you may not know about FIFA 18, and that is something that I love to talk about because I love little things like this. I love kits, and I'm going to talk about the rarest kits in FIFA. You guys may have seen this around, but for example, the Coca-Cola kits. Now, if you've been on Twitter, you may find out a bit more about it from, like, you know, the Basins and all them lots. But there's so many kits in the game that you have no idea even exist. So many random ass kits. There is so many Coca-Cola kits. I believe there's like 5 or 6 or something ridiculous like that. There's so many random ass kits to do with Coca-Cola, and I believe there's a few other kits as well, which I can't think off the top of my head, that you can only get by buying a product in real life and entering a code into the game. And this is something that I love because I love to see brand new rare things in the game. That's something to almost collect in a sense. It adds a new dimension to the game about collecting things, and this is one new thing which I would love to see a lot more. And next up on our list, something that is very interesting that some people may know, some people may not know, and that is that if you have any icon, I believe, onto your team, I don't think it works with lawns, but if you have an icon in your team, if you look around the stadium, you know, as I said before with the banners and flags, if you have an icon, there will be a special flag in your stadium with a picture of their face on the flag. It adds a new dimension into the game. One more thing as well, which this could be a thing in itself, is the fact that if you have Dele Alli, Muller or Griezmann in your team, if you go into a game, then you should find a flag in your stadium with one of their faces on as well. The reason why this is because the main FIFA 18 promotion with Griezmann, Ali and Muller there, those 3 lads right there that's in the main promotion in the pictures, they're in the game because of that. That's the reason why those 3 have been chosen. So if you do have Ali or Griezmann or Muller, go into a game and go and see if you can find their flag somewhere. It should just be a picture of their face, or potentially as a flag inside the stadium as well. Which again, you don't need to have an icon to have little things like that. People may not even notice that things like that is even going on in the game. And lads, I believe that's the 10 things that you did not know about FIFA 18. Of course, not everything in it is probably brand new to you, but I'm sure it is to someone else out there. So let me know if there's things in it which you did not know before, and if I didn't miss anything out. If you want me to do another one of these, if I missed some other things out, let me know down below in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new here, and help me onto my journey to 100,000 subscribers. So, with that said, lads, hope you guys do enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Vizeh. See you next time.